Hey everybody, welcome to Black Spring on your Thursday. Hope everybody's doing well. This is the second time around today for Black Spring. I'd like to thank everybody for their patience from earlier today. I had to change scenes for just a little bit earlier today, so hopefully that wasn't too much of an inconvenience. Yeah, so hopefully that wasn't too much of an inconvenience. I'd like to thank everybody that came in during that time. And I'm sure we'll start off with a couple of stories, but I'd also like to start off with a lesson on tyranny lessons from the 20th century from Timothy Snyder's On Tyranny. Let's start off with that. Just for starters, hope everybody's doing well. And I'm sure we'll get into a little bit of the news. Little news, maybe something trending. Something trending that's palatable, if you will. So just give me 1 second here. So let's go ahead and have a look at. Okay, so earlier today we did talk about. I'll just give you the scope of that lesson, and then. Hi, Old School Wolf Media. How are you? How's it going on your Thursday? And yeah, thanks so much for coming in on your Thursday. So let's see, I'm going to go ahead and kind of rev it up here. I know we started off earlier today with a bit of a story on the essential workers protesting a strike. And actually, I think that strike is supposed to take place tomorrow. May Day, the May Day, they call it. So let's look a little bit into May Day here for a second, just for a second. Why not? I'm sure it's a part of. I tell you who else's definition of the May Day I can give you, which it's a bit of a farce because I actually did a video on this last year. World Unite. So of course, International Workers' Day. It's also known as Workers' Day. So I can give you a little bit of the history on it if you want. Not if you want, but kind of helps, right? So yeah, on May 1st, this is 1886, more than 300,000 workers in 13,000 businesses across the United States walked off of their jobs. And the first day of May Day, celebration in history. And in this comes from the IWW.org. It says in Chicago, the epicenter for the first 8-hour-a-day agitators. 40,000 went on strike with the anarchist in the forefront of the public's eye. But this isn't the, of course, this isn't what I'm looking for. I'm going to give it to you from the globalist perspective. So I just like to say hi to everybody that's checking in or checked in. Checking in for Black Spring. Hang on just 1 second here. Uh-oh. Am I missing something here? All right. All right. You said it's a pleasant night. Sounds like circadias and and ice cream. Is that right? Old school? You got a symphony of circadias or cicadas and whatever your choice of ice cream is on the back porch. Those are fun times, right? Fun times. But, I'm just going to, give you guys a little bit of, we'll see, I guess tomorrow, but tomorrow might have even more. I guess it's just in time, for, just in time, for May Day tomorrow. My gosh. Okay. All right. So I want to see, I know what I'm looking for here, but I think they have, let me just go on to the international, let me go on to I'm just going to go on to un.org. I will take no assistance from them on this. Let's just do that. Da-da. Oh, wow. Amazing. Okay, this is really disappointing to see, but I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm not going to say anything about it on this show. We'll do that on another show. Oh, but this is interesting. It says that the crowd disease does not mean climate change. I mean, climate action is on hold. If the world has seen a scary future with the emergence of the crowd disease, the future of our planet in 3 to 4 degrees Celsius scenario takes us to an entirely different level of uncertainty, including in terms of health. In terms of health, the UNEP understands that fundamental to a transformational and green recovery will be early action on a longer-term agenda to address climate change, avoid habitat loss and fragmentation, reverse the loss of biodiversity, reduce pollution, and improve waste management and infrastructure. Okay. So, wow, oh my gosh. They're really going, they're going for taking this thing to a new level. There's going to be a UNEP launches Earth School. An unprecedented coalition launches, quote, Earth School, providing free, high-quality educational content to help students, parents, and teachers who are currently at home. Okay. So, okay, let me get back to, I'm getting a bit off here. Hi, oh my gosh, a lot of people come in. Hi, Newman Outdoors. Hi, Banging Gears. How are you doing? It says, look out, there's a plane. I'm in a lot of trouble. I know. Shout out to you guys for coming in on your Thursday night, almost Friday morning for some of you. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, so it's okay. So thank you so much, Newman Outdoors. I'm trying. I'm still in the beginnings of this, and I'm not sure where this is going to go at Newman Outdoors, but I will do as much as I can. I'll do what I can. I'm not sure. I just think that there's so many of these platforms, and this is it's just interesting enough because some people that are finding that they've gone over to other platforms like maybe BitChute and some other places, and guess what? Their videos are getting pulled down over there too. So, and then like Venmo, is it Venmo? Venmo is pulling down anybody that goes against the Mockingbird report. You're going to get pulled down. So, not sure, we'll see what happens, I will be putting an announcement on my community page this weekend that may be of interest to some of you. I don't know. Yeah, like, I mean, of course, people are filtering in. People are coming to my channel from all walks of life at this point. And originally, I just started out with, I think it was the numbers were smaller, but I think people that were more interested in the content, and I would rather have people that are of a content, more of a content based audience. It's nice to have friends. And some people are anti grow streams altogether, but I'm just trying to just kind of feel my way around right now. But like I said, there will be an announcement coming. There will be a special guest. I don't know when it's going to air. I might be able to air it on Saturday. Uh, oh, thanks. I might be able to air it on Saturday. I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure out some technology stuff. So yeah, that's going to be it's going to be my first guest. My first political guest is going to be airing on the show. So I will post it up. It hasn't happened yet, so it's in the making. So I will post it. If I have my way, I'll have it posted by midweek. And then I will I'll make the announcement, and then I'll have decided by then what day it's going to air, what day that show is going to air. But yeah, I really appreciate that. Yeah, so it's we're in a strange time right now. I don't want to say wonky times. Yeah, people are starting to push back on a lot of these things that are going on. If you guys could do me a huge favor and hit that like, if you could even share this out. I mean, I'm not sure where everybody is on that. If you could share it out. I'm going to do as much promotion as I can on this guest that's coming up. And I don't know if that will bring other people over, but I'd like to see people that are actually, interested in the content, because that helps, helps me create things and helps me find out what the demand and what the interest is. But it's still not. I still want to be true to what I set this up for. I mean, like, I'm saying I will not sell my soul. I guess that's what I'm saying. Even as a musician, I do not consider selling my soul, no matter what I do. So Banging Gears says, I'll be back, have a report to write. Okay, perfect. We'll see you back here, Banging Gears. I appreciate you for coming along. So yeah, if everybody could hit that like button and subscribe, share, like I said, I'll have more info for you. And I'll have of course, I'm going to do some promo on that, on the guest that's going to be in. So yeah, looking forward to that opportunity, and looking forward to bringing it to you guys. Yeah. So once again, shout out to everybody that's in the stream, or that has been in the stream, or anybody that came by and honked the horn and kept on driving. Shout out to anybody that pulled over on the side of the road and hit the like button. Just whatever your journey is tonight. Thank you for coming by Black Spring with Autumn. And shout out to Banging Gears. Shout out to Newman Outdoors. Shout out to Old School Wolf. So yeah, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I'm just going to keep going here. So what I'm going to do is, haven't been on to this particular page in a while. That is the UN.org, ladies and gentlemen. If you've never been on to that page, go on to the page. It will be, the playbook is right there for you. You don't have to, you can just pick right up like old friends, and you'll pretty much know where you're going when you go onto this page. Okay, so let's see. I'm on to the homepage of the UN.org. All right, so here we go from the top. They've changed their page. Oh, is there something live now? Okay, so I'm not sure what that reference was, but okay. All right, but I'm going to get back to the top here. All right, so they have changed. They have changed their order or their list or their, I guess, their priorities or whatnot. But I'm just going to go ahead and open them up here just a little bit, just to give you an idea. All right, so now it says peace, dignity, and equality on a healthy planet. Okay. I'm going to go right over here to music of improvisation and collective creation. This is apparently Wynton Marsalis pictured here, and Christian McBride perform at the inaugural International Jazz Day concert. Jazz encourages artistic innovation, improvisation, new forms of expression, and inclusion of traditional music forms into new ones. On November 11th, 2011, UNESCO proclaimed April 30th as International Jazz Day to raise awareness of the virtues of jazz as a force for cooperation among people. Jazz music embraces the opportunity to foster greater appreciation not only for music, but also for the contribution it can make to building more inclusive societies. This important international art form is celebrated for promoting peace and dialogue. So there again, ladies and gentlemen, that word peace, the fact that they've already put this on here, this is going back to their agenda. When they talk about peace, you want to kind of, stay up on that. Get your game up on this particular website, because it's gonna be your roadmap. Okay, so not really seeing other than this. It looks like they've rolled out a lot of programs. Resiliart movement for artists. See, it's like they're basically, they're running. I mean, musicians already have a challenge in terms of, there's lots of musicians and only a finite amount of, high paying jobs or high paying performance based jobs. And now it looks like UNESCO launches Resiliart movement for artists and cultural professionals in face of the pandemic or crowd disease. So, whoa. There it is. On April 15th, 2020, World Art Day, UNESCO launched a global movement, Resiliart, with an inaugural virtual debate in partnership with the International Confederation of Societies of Authors and Composers, CISAC. The art newspaper, French edition, was the event's media partner. Okay, I'm not going to read through that, but I was looking for more. I was looking for something else, but I was looking for something very different, but I didn't find that. But once again, I hope everybody's doing well, and I'm going to be bringing you probably a story here in just a second. As always, thank everybody for coming into this segment. Black Spring. I think I'm probably going to have a video here. Always helps, it's nice to have visual. But of course, I showed you a couple of videos earlier this week with, of course, a protest and all those things going on. More pushback. So let's see. Now the Wisconsin one. Okay, so I'll bring this one back to you. Some of the highlights. And I don't know, I might try it. I could attempt to play this one. This is a Dr. Graves slams Dr. Fauci and an attack on liberty amid the crowd disease. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you. We have, in this example, we have an Antifa counter protester from the rally. If you didn't see that, this is totally a good one. you know, he was.
For those of you that are watching, this is Christian Gomez with the New American Magazine. We're, of course, coming to you live from Madison, Wisconsin. There's a lot of protesters here rallying to get Governor Evers to rescind his order that extends the Safer at Home to May 26th. But, of course, you can see here, there's also some counter demonstrators as well here from the...
Hang on just 1 second. Sorry about that. Let's just reassess here. Give me 1 second. I'll show you. Got an Antifa representative here. Counter protester, you know.
The left, Antifa, communists, and other radical leftist organizations that want to keep the order probably going on. Maybe we could ask some questions and see what their thoughts are. Hi, sir. Sir, so what are your thoughts about all these protesters here today asking the governor to rescind this order?
I think it's a real shame because they should be staying home right now. Not just for themselves, but for everybody else around them, because them being out here is showing that we need, if anything, that we need to extend the stay-at-home order, because obviously nobody's listening and everyone's just is pretending like it's not even happening. So I think that everyone out here is a real shame and a real stain on American history.
I think Governor Evers should extend the order even beyond May 26th because of everyone that's here today.
I got a feeling that it's most likely going to end up happening just showing that everybody's here, because it's happened before in other states where they have extended their stay at home just because everybody keeps going out. So if everyone were to stay home and show that they can handle, you know, a year gone of their life, then I think that it would be a lot better. But no, everyone out here is imagining that there's a dictatorship and that we're being forced to do things that we don't want to. But it's really for everybody's safety.
So what are your thoughts about countries like Sweden, where they haven't imposed a shelter-at-home, a stay-at-home order, and people are still, their businesses are open, people are still going out. Even in South Dakota, their governor has not issued an order like this. What are your thoughts about those places where they're allowing people to continue life as normal? Do you think that's a mistake?
I personally think that at least how people work and how it's shown that it is a bit of a mistake, because if we were just allowed to do business as normal, everyone would be dead within 5 years. And we just need to have people stay at home just for their safety and everybody else's safety. So I do think it is a bit of a shame that other states and countries have not put a shelter-in-place order yet, but I hope that they will soon.
Did you hear about the study that was done? There was an antibody test, blood tests that were conducted in Santa Clara County, California, and Los Angeles County in early April.
Welcome
and it turns
in.
out that more people than what they thought.
Please hit the button if you're coming in. Shout out to DJ Vision Barnett.
So what are your thoughts about the possibility of the disease? Like some are saying, let it take its course, and then we build an immunity to it, and it won't be that bad later on. Do you think it's crazy, or do you think that maybe there's some merit to that should be explored as well?
I think it's complete crazy because everyone's going to die. Or if not, look at stuff that's happened hundreds of years ago, like the bubonic plague. 1/3 of Europe's population was wiped out. They didn't have any science or anything like that. So unless you want 1/3 of even just the U.S.'s population wiped out just to save ourselves is unreasonable. It's not. We're not a sacrifice the weak to let the strong live. It's to let everybody have a chance and live. And I think that there should be more testing done, because obviously if people aren't showing symptoms, then it shows that the disease is evolving. And if it's going to keep evolving, it's going to get to a point where we can't stop it. And once we get to the point where we can't stop it, we're all screwed. We're all going to die anyway. So there's no point to be complaining about how you can't get your hair done or stuff like that, or you can't go to the grocery store or you can't buy stuff on Amazon. I don't understand it.
Do you think the order should be rescinded in this state and other states when there's a vaccine? Because they're saying a vaccine could take maybe up to a year. So should we be locked down for a year or however long it takes until there's maybe a vaccine that might work or may not work?
I think what we should do is we should try to have more people, like if more people were like staying at home and doing self-quarantine and stuff like that, then I think that it would be I would think it'd be fine to reopen some places, like maybe not essential places, but like I don't know. I guess
Old
I can't
school.
But they kind of slowly reopen some more places.
Thank you.
But obviously not working, I think we should stay in a shelter.
Thank you for sharing that. I mean,
it's not going to magically go away if they put their hands together and they kneel and they pray and hope and say, you know, all that crap, like stuff like that. So
Consider the source.
I think that it should at least stay in place until we're.
You see how he
sure
went for the zoom in on the
way.
camera.
So I see that you have a sign, one of your patches on your jacket. You're not a fan of Trump, obviously. So what are your thoughts about Joe Biden potentially being the Democratic nominee at this point?
He's not much better. I mean, your choices right now are fascist dictator / rapist, or just a rapist. So I mean, your choices are not very good. I still think people who vote should still vote for Bernie Sanders. I think that he would be a way better president. He's obviously shown even during his
all right, old school, come out of hiding.
Even though his campaign's done, everyone should still write him in and still try to vote for him.
I know
Bernie Sanders would handle this crisis better than President Trump has. What do you think Bernie Sanders might do differently than what Trump and other federal officials have been doing?
Old school says
what he'll be able to do is he would
populations
do more
in the
government
Frisco and LA
handouts,
County have created
for instance,
the
he
bubonic plague
proposed
by
$2,000 a month for
rats.
each citizen to help people get through the crisis, because obviously a lot of people are struggling. They don't have enough money to pay off mortgage and rent and all that stuff. And then also he proposed a hold on mortgage payments and rent payments, and I got stuff like that. And then also he proposed a Medicare for All plan, which would help a lot of people, because if there's Medicare for all, then everybody can get the help that they need. But if there's Medicare for people who can afford it, then it's not going to help, because if no one can afford it, because everything's closed, then no one's going to.
He's outnumbered.
Hey, thank you so much. Have a great day. Take care. Stay healthy.
Yeah, he wasn't. I don't think he was expecting that. You know, I got to give the guy. He says, "Notice how how the bathed members of LA County and Frisco have not caught the bubonic plague." True enough. True enough. You know, this is Antifa. Antifa. I just can't figure out the key factor in those cases. Ay. Wonky times. So yeah, so that's our representative, the opposition. Some people might say the controlled opposition. You know, you decide. You know. Killer Whale Channel. Shout out to you, Killer Whale. Killer Whale Channel says dirty people cause disease. Thank you for coming in. Shout out to everybody for coming into this segment. Shout out to Killer Whale Channels, Patrick Jane Forums, Theology Forums, Killer Whale Channels, Old School Wolf Media, DJ Vision Barnett, Banging Gears, Newman Outdoors, and who else? Okay. Yeah, so, you know, it's just kind of a chill. This is a chill stream. You know, every now and then I'll drop in a couple of, I'll just drop in a bit of news or a bit of trends. You know, nothing too serious. Right on. Liberalism causes disease. You know, I do have, there actually are studies on that. Yeah, actual studies. Studies on that, and I don't think I reported on it. It was actually quite good. Maybe I'll pull that up. Who knows? See, you guys, I never know with you know, on these live streams, you never know where I might go. Oh, sorry. DJ Vision Barnett is up next, ladies and gentlemen. Be prepared. Be prepared. Okay, so actually I'm gonna pull that. So at the time, I think other pressing matters. I think we were still doing impeachment or whatever or something at the time. So I didn't do that. It was a lengthy report. It's pretty lengthy, but I think they had enough sources there to. Yeah, there you go. You can judge for yourself. Somebody's knocking on the door. It's actually that's the title of a book. Liberalism is a disease. Just a second. I'm coming to answer the door. Da da da. Oh wow! How did I get so lucky? I got double B. That is so bad. How are you guys doing?
All
Did
is
Look at
your
you.
biggest fans.
Yeah, what happened? Did you change something old school?
Oh, he's been doing this for a couple of days.
I'm in my command center.
Yeah.
No, normally I'm in my basement, but I got lazy. I didn't want to go down to my basement, so I'm upstairs in the command center.
Okay.
You can see people in the background collecting all my news for me, all my intel.
Nice.
He put up my green screen.
What have you got? What have you got for us? What have you got? Did you enjoy that Antifa regale of?
Oh my god! You know this doesn't do.
Can you handle it?
Oh, I was so he's not actually just representing Antifa there. He's representing everybody that's afraid right now, and he's demonstrating all the ignorance he has because the bubonic plague was caused by not bathing.
Not bathing
and sleeping amongst the animals. You know, it's the fleas. They move from the animals to the humans and back and forth. And they're treating blood diseases that way. So the bubonic plague is just kind of like a hodgepodge or like a, what do you call it? Oh, a potluck of, random germs and bacterias and all those issues causing all that. And it's and he was talking about, oh, well, this thing it's mutating. No freaking shit. Take a biology class. Viruses mutate constantly. This is not normal. This is not unusual. This is 100% normal. This was going to happen from the beginning. So it's just demonstrating basic ignorances of the biological sciences, and I don't blame this on him. I blame this on possibly the mainstream news media that's been making this out like it's the T virus. Blame this on the education system that's kind of stopped caring about its children. And
yeah,
these are people that are trained to believe everything they hear and not actually think about anything, because it's not hard to figure these simple facts out.
No. But I actually, I'm going to be honest. He was actually a little bit civil, like he actually took the area and he didn't actually smash the guys, smash the camera.
He wasn't violent as they usually are, like trying to stop a
that was a little bit contradicting on the narrative there, but not much. Not much. He was alone. I'm wondering if he had been surrounded by a few more actors, would he have been as
he didn't want to mess up his hair.
I mean, it was right on. It was
I started laughing when he said, so what if people can't get their hair done? Dude, where'd you get your hair done?
Shout out to Snapzilla Gorilla. Shout out.
Hello.
Hey, Snapzilla.
What's up?
So, but you know what? I'm just, you're hearing all these, it's been like, you got pop-up protests like everywhere. I think North Carolina had a pop-up protest, and I think people are like, they're going to take it another step further. They're like, okay, let's, we're going to lock up and maybe, show up at the businesses or something, and just, you go in and we're going to support you. So I just, we'll see. I mean, it's not going to get any better. I don't think just writing letters. I think we're a little bit beyond that.
Oh, yeah. People have figured out the scam. A lot of people have it's that collective consciousness kicking in. People realizing more people have died from economic collapse than they have from any disease. And like I keep saying, ironically, during economic collapse, disease runs rampant because you don't have access to good food, you don't have access to medical care, you don't have access to medicines. People are realizing that altruism is not the best way to die.
No, No, and they're getting tired. They're getting fed up. They're tired of it. And yeah, so I'm thinking, I think I was saying something about the essential workers are striking tomorrow, I believe.
Wow.
These
Wow.
are, well, like,
I'm gonna say which ones? Which ones? Because you got police, nurse,
well, it's the grocery
metros,
store, like the Whole Foods, the
Whole
Targets,
Foods,
the Walmart,
Targets,
like just it was a whole
grocery
list.
stores.
I
Because
mean,
they're
A
realizing
lot.
how dumb it is. Everyone's starting to realize how dumb things are. When government offices are shut down, like government administrative offices, where you know the DMVs and stuff, they're shutting down. But fast food places are considered essential. Okay, how
Right.
is granted, nobody likes the DMV. I think we'd all be happy if every DMV just randomly shut down. But the fact that they are shut down, people need to renew their driver's licenses, and they're getting tickets for having expired driver's licenses, for crying out loud. And like, well,
The funny thing
shit, it's
is,
been
and then
closed down for 3 months. What am I supposed to do?
then they promote you could do it online. Huh. Okay.
Okay,
I'll
that takes
try
3
it.
months.
Exactly. Thank you.
Not everyone can do it online too either.
Exactly. Well, everybody can. You just got to go to a library if it's essential.
the
If
library's
it's
not
essential.
open.
Exactly. If it's essential. And so,
The only reason why fast food places are fighting to stay open is because they realize they need to make money, and if they're allowed to stay open, that's what they're going to do.
so what are your ideas on Trump legislating the Emergency Production Act, or however you pronounce the act, based on meat packing plants? Because I think this is smart and intelligent, because farmers, they're getting beat when it comes to their cattle, and they're destroying their meat if they can't sell it, because they're changing the prices, and they're hiking up the prices on which they could actually sell it, and who's gonna buy it, and then it's gonna go bad. So it's like come on, man.
So part of this is reverberations throughout the economy. These reverberations were going to start in China. I already saw
Right.
that. And after that first 2 weeks of us staying at home, when that got extended, that's when I realized we were beyond any type of pillow we could have had. So this is part of the reverberations going on throughout it's kind of like when you're a child in the bathtub and you realize you move back and forth, you make these giant waves, and you're like, oh my goodness, this is so much fun. That's what the economy is doing right now. Okay, so hold on. There's a lot going on. So part of that reverberation is because of China. They were supposed to buy $40 billion worth of food. They didn't. They did not import that because they shut down their economy. They went to alternative food sources. Their trade got all messed up. Some of that stuff being wasted is stuff that was being farmed for China. Now, the other issues are a lot of people are staying home. Well, why are people staying home? Because of the first stimulus. They make more money staying at home than what they do going to work. They're trying to pitch this as, well, everyone got sick. It's Trump's fault. No.
Well, they already came out with the antibody test in California.
Mm-hmm.
And it's way surpassed it basically tells you that the notion is flipped. Most people got it and got rid of it. It's what is it, a 0.03%. So that's that's beyond a small percent of people who will die from it.
Oh yeah. The more tests we do, the more immunoglobulin tests we do, the lower the mortality rate goes. And so far, the standard has been 0.1%, which is or is it 0.01%? Whatever. They keep comparing it to the flu death stats. Which, okay, if you want to do that, fine. We'll use that as the gold standard. The more immunoglobulin tests we do, the lower that mortality rate goes. So how far do we have to go until it's below the flu mortality rate? Because all the immunoglobulin tests from around the world, they are showing that a lot of the population have already had the Kung flu.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit old, but I don't think. But they're keeping it up. They're keeping it up. as best they can, because I think I was saying the other day, they've added more. There's more. It's mandatory now that you do the mask, and more mandatory than it was on the 15 days to stop the spread. People were still going into establishments without anything on during that time.
Mm-hmm.
But they've ramped it up. So I'm seeing more gloves, more masks, people being really weird, as if people aren't weird anyway. It's like, oh, let me skid by you. Like, well, what are you going to do? You can just see people freaking out behind a cart, behind their grocery cart. I'm like, oh my God, I'd rather come in here when there's never a time where there's nobody in here. It used to be like that. So I guess this is the new norm.
I hope not. I hope this blows over and people wake up. Society cannot survive like this, where everybody starts being terrified of being around other people.
Right. I know. Well, let me tell you this. I was at an appointment about a week and a half ago, and the guy, the doctor was washing. He sanitized his hand. He'd go to the computer, type around. Then he'd go back over to the little desk and pump sanitizer. Go back to the computer. Then he'll go back, pump. I'm just saying, disinfecting yourself. You cannot wash yourself away.
It's massively creating OCD with everyone.
You can't do that. And it was driving me crazy because I'm the patient. I'm sitting here, watch you have a condition. Who's treating who at this point, at this moment? Even the stethoscope became suspect. So he goes to the next, he goes over to the stethoscope. He pulls that out from around and he touches it. And then he goes over and grabs an alcohol pad and starts cleaning that. I'm like, oh my God, you can't be clean enough for this.
Maybe he was afraid of catching black.
I don't know. You know what? That's because see, to me, how do you know people aren't, I'm not throwing in the cultural Marxism, but how do you know people aren't going to start suing each other? Well, she's discriminating against me because I went to have the vehicle smog the last.
It's already been done.
And they were, this girl, I coughed one time. That's all you got to do, one cough and get people to scatter. They'll get out of you can be in your own safe space if you cough one time. And she ran out of there and she did not come back in. She stayed outside until I left. She didn't even let the guy, the smogger, drive her vehicle into the bay. She got like, it's just me. Or does she think this guy's contaminated? Is she going to let him do the work? Or it's just, do you see what I mean? It's creating there are people out there that believe that human beings are the disease. So is that all we're going to do is pump, wash our hands? We touch ourselves, wash our hands. I mean, it just seems like we're starting a whole new, we're running from ourselves, we're just filthy.
I think perhaps to some degree this is exposing self-hatred because, comparing humans to a disease, I can see how that can be done. But if humans are a disease, what about all the animals that poop everywhere? They're not a disease?
Food. They're just food. They're just food. Blah, 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 blah.
They're just food. That's right. They're just food for the chief disease here. Oh, yeah.
Well, here it is. Rick Bose Rides says, shout out to you, Rick Bose Rides. Our church is opening up this Sunday.
Good job.
Nice.
Religion is finally opening up.
Well, not everywhere.
See, there's another thing.
Well, not even just religion. I can say freedom to express your spiritual endeavors without being arrested.
Yeah, that's another thing. They're forcibly closing down churches while allowing all the fast food places and grocery stores to stay open.
So you can physically kill yourself, but you can't mentally cure yourself of psychological pains.
So yeah,
I want you to go to the psych doctor.
I don't know. I guess but I'm telling you, I think obesity is also going to be
Oh my God! It's already obesity, depression, anxiety. What is the other one? Post-traumatic stress disorder, and what is the other one? OCD is being brought to people who never had it because now they have to do things in a ritualistic manner that they never done. Keep washing your hands. Keep doing. You were just speaking about it. You know, so especially people that already have it, it's making them go nuts.
So it is all the fear mongering, all the fear mongering. They turn them all into germaphobes, like Howard Hughes. Before you know what, how many of these people are sitting at home pissing in milk bottles right now?
Don't
you know what I mean? Because they're just so terrified of everything from the outside world. They probably saw on the internet. They probably saw MythBusters about how when you flush the toilet, fecal bacteria gets all over the bathroom. So they stopped flushing their toilets.
I used to watch that show, by the way.
Man, that was a good show.
When it was on.
So yeah, I've witnessed, a couple of things, but I don't know. Like I said, I try not to go to places that are, and I wouldn't dare go anywhere near like the beaches with no place to park and that kind of a bit, because, the city's they're probably going to ticket you too. Well, it was your choice to come out here and park when we said the park.
$300, $150 to $300 ticket.
So I'm not going to do any of that.
The states. So unfortunately, this is one of the reasons why I have a hard time trusting law enforcement, is that their ticketing is a means of supporting themselves. It's a means of supporting the government when they give you citations. So to some degree, they look for excuses to give people citations, to force them to pay fines, which honestly, it's like a snake that's eating itself. It doesn't work out that way. Basic economics will dictate that to you. So the closing down the beaches and patrolling it with cops, putting the cops out there to cite people and arrest them, they probably think they're making money off of that. That I would
I'll say not necessarily, because I'm in law enforcement. What happens is their superiors will mandate them to do tickets, and if they don't, then you're not doing your job. So when we go to the locker rooms and when we go to the station, they'll say mandatory tickets, and if you don't, basically we'll cut your hours. So it's physical force. Like you won't get your salary, you won't get your regular pay if you don't give them tickets, and then the tickets will be based on your state and if you show up and blah 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 and all this other mess. But
the tickets have to pay for your hours,
pretty much. And if you don't do it, you won't get no hours. Because I remember when I first started in Southeast, they were never doing tickets. In Southeast DC, they were never doing tickets, and then they started doing tickets. And I'm private police, but we had 3 neighborhoods. So in 3 neighborhoods, in the ghetto, in the hood, 50% of the goddamn cars are not legit. So you doing this, and I'm not going to see the money. That's why I got pissed off at it, because it will give the municipal police the money, but it won't give me the money. I'll have to hand them the ticket at the end of our shifts. We'll collect them, and then we'll send them to the watch commander of our jurisdiction.
That sounds like a loan shark.
pretty much. You give us
breaking.
You do our work. We don't even want to go in that area. So you do our work. We'll hire you. You make less money, and you do our dirty work, and you don't even see the money. So it's stupid. I demanded that I'm just gonna stop doing it. Number one, I just stopped physically, and then if they had something to say about it, I told them, number one, you're not paying me extra. I'm not getting anything for it. And then you're just doing it because the neighborhood that we're in is guaranteed to have illegitimate tags and license plate expired thing. Like, come on, stop. Just you could find something else to do. If we having gunshots every night, then work on that. Don't work on the goddamn tickets.
Sounds crazy to me. Crazy enough.
But I digress.
Yeah, kind of, it's pretty frustrating. I haven't seen a lot. I have seen more cops, and actually I've seen them in groups of 3. So they're flying together.
Are they social distancing?
I think that's impossible.
In the vehicles, like they're the vehicles, like you see, like 3. I'm like, you guys are doing more work now.
Yeah,
You guys got more work going on now than you did when
That's
people were out running the
They're
streets.
hunting. They're hunting for tickets. I was talking to a friend of mine today. I was talking
it's
to
more DC has been almost a quote unquote scandal making the tickets.
So today I was talking to a friend of mine out in California. He said he hasn't seen any local officials, but he's seen the California Highway Patrol all up and down the roads.
Yeah,
They're fishing for tickets.
It helps them meet something called a quota.
Yes,
it won't help if you flip
I
your
learned that.
your vehicle. If it's raining, they're not coming to get the CPH. Won't come to CHP. Won't come and help you unless you flip your vehicle on inclement weather days. So I got rear-ended, and they said, "Oh, did you flip your vehicle?" I said, "No." Would it help if I told you it's raining here too? I said, "No, they're not answering the phone. They're not coming unless you flip the vehicle." Said, thanks a lot. So somebody in a motorcycle that happened not being a cop pulled over, like tried to find out if I was okay. It's just kind of pitiful.
Oh yeah,
and then you go to and then you show up there, and they act even more like, is anybody?
Like what? What do you want?
Yeah, I had to call the police several times when I was living in California, and they're like, do I have to? How much money is it?
Exactly.
Yeah, enough. I don't think so. But hit and runs in California are misdemeanors. Unless somebody has to go to the hospital, they're misdemeanors.
Yep, you can pull right off afterwards. That's it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. My neighbor out there, he was involved in a hit and run, and the car took off. He called the police. The police didn't come out. They didn't care. They weren't going to hunt down the vehicle, but he was able to follow the vehicle because the vehicle that hit him, lost a tire.
Oh,
Lost the tire, and they just kind of dragged the rim all the way back. So there's this very defined groove from the scene of the accident all the way like 5 miles to the dude's house.
wow.
So my neighbor's like, yeah, we just followed him. They called the police when they got there. He's like, hey, I found the guy that hit and run me. You gonna come out and talk to them or anything? And the police are like, how'd you do that?
But you know what? I called their bluff. I said, "What are those cameras up there for?" Oh, those don't record anything because I got.
Oh my gosh, that's the biggest lie.
Twice I got.
It's a camera in every mile on every highway. I learned that just by looking.
He said that it's just a stream. It's not actually recording any traffic violation.
Right. What it does is it's like a clip camera. So they only tend, to be honest, the cameras are more like for if someone's doing like a shooting, like a mass shooting through the highways. That's the only reason why they're there. Other than that, they're not gonna get no tickets, and they're not there for that reason. Most of the time on highways, highways, you got in my area anyway. We have them because we're right next to Air Force bases. So 10 miles out is going to be a camera on every single mile, no matter what, or half a mile to a mile, no matter what you do. And they're tracking you from 10 miles on and beyond.
It's useless to the taxpayer to have you pay a lot of crazy taxes, and then you can't even. At that time, I installed a forward and a backwards camera in my car since that happened, because everybody says, even the dealership says,
good.
Oh, everybody's getting hit in the same places because everybody's texting and doing da 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 da.
Go ahead, fight it.
So I went back again, like the same. I got hit the next month. I got hit the same day, and he was like, don't go out on the 21st. The next because it was happening like that, and I'm like, my car is not going to be worth anything, and it was new. It's just gosh, but yeah, I hate the hit and runs. It's like these people have no shame. They'll just zip right past you and keep going. He went straight through the light. So I just knew that camera right there was going to get the guy. So I gave him the road and everything, and they still, no, that's not what that does. So You know, and I had to fight a little bit. Okay, the insurance company, well, did you get the person's tag number and da 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 da? Well, no, I didn't get all of that. You know, I was actually not feeling well after it happened. So it's like, no, I didn't chase them down. I didn't get it. If I had, maybe I should have chased them down. I don't know. It's like, but are you promoting me to be my own? Should I be my own police?
Basically, that's something police do just subconsciously. Oh, suspicion, get the tag number.
But at least, you know, at least with the forward and backwards camera, if I get smacked, it'll do its little job. So, but
that's good. That's good that you have proof and evidence recording. Like I have a 2003 Dodge Neon. It's a little harder for me, but I definitely have wanted that for quite some time. You know, keep myself safe.
That sucker will drive for years. I know that.
It's a Dodge Neon?
Yeah, my great granddad had one of those, and he had it for at least.
Why does that car sound familiar to me?
Neon, it's old. It's an older car.
They were popular for many years because they were kind of, you know, they were kind of affordable and easier to repair.
And they don't kill gas.
And Mike, as long as you keep up with the maintenance, you're fine. I what do you call it? I had the transmission rebuilt. I'll never do that again because that's when you've gone beyond what's worth it to do.
Right.
Yeah.
You're buying another car.
Well, shout out everybody out in the chat. And by the way, if you're just tuning in, this is Old School Wolf on the lower bottom there, and DJ Vision Barnett up top. So welcome in. Shout out to Snapzilla Gorilla and Old School. Well, you're here. Killer Whale Channels and Newman Outdoors. So yeah, it's getting, you know, I don't know, real crazy. And I think there's a rally at the Capitol tomorrow.
What? Man,
go there.
Come on. Yeah. I didn't know.
It's Chrysler anywhere. Chrysler Imperial. Are you out there?
I've been seeing on the interwebs, but Facebook has been doing their best to delete that stuff. So you're not seeing.
That's why I don't see it. I'm like, what? I'm always up to date on things like this.
What was it, like Michigan? I think it was today. One of those states, or Michigan, Wisconsin, or something. A bunch of protesters barged into the state capitol, you know, with loaded weapons.
Really?
With loaded weapons, while the government, what do you call it? The representatives there wore bulletproof vests while they were voting on legislation. So I hope they voted well.
That's why my friend said that this country is we're 2 seconds away from exploding. I didn't know what the heck he was talking about.
That's happening all over the place.
Can I get that link? Can you guys get? Does anybody have that? Have any of that? Anybody that carried that story or?
I don't know. The thing is, we're getting that through the interwebs, not through mainstream media. I'm going to go to DuckDuckGo for that.
Hang on, I got something for you real quick. Just a little piece of action there. Can I say that on TV? I mean, this is not TV, but YouTube.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, the gun club opened up. They were like, yeah, we're opened up 12 to 8. And you get as long as you wear your mask.
Yep. Yeah. I was just at the I was trying to sell 2 of my rifles, my SK and my 308 bolt action.
Hang on a second. Okay, so here, let's get into the goods of this one. Get into the goods.
Trample on people's rights, or do you think that they
you as well as you can take care of yourself?
Isn't it ironic that the Democratic Party that claims to be the party of science because of climate change, and they think that they have the scientific consensus, yet when it comes to these orders, we don't see any medical and scientific justification to keep them closed down? Do you think that this is really more about power on the part of Evers and other Democratic governors? They just want to trample on people's rights? Or do you think that that these orders might reduce that curve, so to speak, like Fauci and other Democrats have been saying?
Okay, I'll be honest with you. I'm a medical person, and I will be honest with you. There is, for the first 30 days, I'm okay. This is a novel virus. I'm okay with that. But now it's getting political. When you have lack of transparency with the data in our state, there's a problem with that. If you guys need help with something, they need to be saying it rather than pointing fingers and blaming each other. We're not going to be able to get our economy back on track. this is not sustainable. And more people are going to die. I have friends, they can't go in, they can't get heart surgery, they can't get CT scans for follow-up for their cancer or MRI scans. I mean, it's not just affecting people that with COVID, it's other people too. And in our hospitals in Wisconsin, they're furloughing a lot of nurses. And doctors are furloughing too, the same thing. And our hospitals are not at capacity.
What are your thoughts about abortion clinics being considered essential services? Those are open, but a lot of these elective medical procedures,
you can kill babies
they're
all
closed.
you want.
You can't schedule those appointments now.
My thought is abortion is elective. They're wasting the PPE, the personal protective equipment. If you need personal protective equipment to take care of sick people, then we shouldn't be doing abortions. That's my thought exactly.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Take care. God bless.
I don't know what the future holds, but
This
I'd
is
rather
Wisconsin on
face the
here.
virus than starvation. And people don't think that could happen.
Absolutely. We've seen reports that places like Santa Clara County, California, and LA County, California, they're finding more antibodies when they test people. In other words, they got the coronavirus, they didn't even know that they got it, and they recovered from it. So
Exactly,
if
I've been saying that
take
the
its
whole
course,
time.
herd immunity, we just recover, and then we can reopen the state quicker. But when we close down, we're just prolonging this. So do you think that Governor Evers wants to keep? Do you think Governor Evers is actually trying to make us sicker, or do you think that in his twisted thinking, perhaps, that this order will actually work to decrease that curve, so to speak?
I don't know what's in Governor Evers' mind, but
Right.
his track record toward the Constitution with the red flag laws he was presenting and stuff,
Thank
I'm
you.
seeing a pattern there with him,
I
a
like
socialist
this guy.
pattern. And I will say he's consistently scary.
Consistently scary. Thank you so much. Take care and God bless.
My
This is
guy.
Christian Gomez with the New American Magazine, and I'm here with
Okay, so
Christy
there's just a
Lombard,
little
who's
bit of
protesting
that.
against Governor Tony Evers' order to stay at home in Wisconsin. Christy, thank you for being here today. So what are your thoughts about Governor Evers' order that's been extended now through May 26th?
Well, I think it's a bad thing, Christian. But one of the things that disturbs me about it most is that we're being forced into a false choice. The people of Wisconsin are being told that the choice is between protecting the health of some and our own selfishness. That we have to choose between a small group of people who may be like strongly affected by this illness, which is a very limited group of people, and the rest of us. And frankly, what he's really done is he's chosen for us. He's imposed a choice on us between the right of some families to exist and the privilege of others to exist.
Okay, so there, that was pretty
Amazing.
pretty telling. I don't know where that if somebody else has some footage or of somebody going in like Black Panthers and something, I don't know.
Right.
Share it.
Storming in the Capitol.
It would be funny to see some Black Panthers out there saying, "Hey, we're done with this BS too."
Right. Where are they?
I don't know who they're fighting for these days, but I mean,
I don't know. But you and I, we got into something last night. What was it? The P. Diddy saying he's going to hold the vote hostage.
Oh yeah.
Everybody was that.
Yeah. That was amazing. He's
Sean
gonna hold
Combs,
his vote hostage.
Yeah.
he's still
Yeah.
relevant.
His party doesn't vote for the interests of Black people. He's gonna hold his vote hostage because if Trump can fulfill his promise on creating a wall, the Democratic Party should be able to fulfill their promise.
Equivalency. I don't know how that translates. The wall versus.
I don't think
know
he's
where people
necessarily
get
talking.
their
I
frame.
think he's only talking about a promise, but he's not talking about legitimacy.
He's talking out of both sides of his mouth. It sounds like he's a closet supporter.
Basically, that's exactly you're right on point.
He's a closet Trump supporter, is what he is.
Pretty much.
He was
He
just being
knows
expected to speak out.
He knows he'll lose 50% of his fan base if he comes
He
out.
doesn't have as many. His relevancy is not fan based. I don't think anymore. I think he's more of a full-time entrepreneur now. So I'm like, he's going to go into his hole and then what? Right? And then what? Keep making money. I mean, I don't know what he does anymore.
He's a philanthropist.
And I don't know what is he funding? You know.
He already quote unquote gave money to the COVID situation. He gave at least $1 million already.
No, it's money well lost.
Along with
he's not in any food bank lines though, right? No, he couldn't get to the food bank line and do anything that the people could, some tangibles.
He's not worried.
Do that.
He's not worried about food shortages. He'll just hop on his private jet and go to the Polynesian Islands or something.
By the way, he's a Gnostic, by the way, so that is right up your alley.
He's a what?
He's agnostic.
How is that?
I don't know. I can't even tell you. I just know he's open about saying it, and I know a few people that are also agnostic. I got
agnostic. I heard something different.
Yes.
Agnostic.
Yes.
I heard Nazi.
These people are there. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not getting this one.
Hey, we're doing a new paradigm here, so anything's possible, right?
I mean, hey, they're calling Trump black now, so who knows?
Yeah, kind of crazy. But yeah, were you guys playing something, or I thought somebody was going to play something? That's why I stopped.
I got I'm sharing my screen with you.
Okay.
I was about to say we all got something to play. He's done, then I'll go.
Did you put? No, that's not yours. Okay. What? Wait, it's already there, right? No.
No, don't think so. It looks like there we go.
No, that's not it. Where is it?
Well, maybe is there a bar? Can you scroll down a little?
Oh, here's something. Is that that's what DJ just?
That's for me. That's for me.
Okay, so this one. Well, let's do this.
There we go.
There we go.
All right. So there. See, old school. You're always raising the bar around here. Okay.
Michigan politicians wear bulletproof vests as armed protesters storm Capitol to protest stay-at-home orders.
Okay.
Oh, man, I need to find this one.
Michigan politicians have decided to don bulletproof vest when going to work as armed protesters defying lockdown orders.
I wonder where they got their bulletproof vest from.
You know what? I hope, I think things are going to this thing is running hot.
Oh, already. That's a first.
Well, this is right. So what's going on? A lot of people do not understand why people are protesting with their weapons. It's because this is a show of force.
We don't trust you, lawmakers.
Exactly.
We don't trust you, lawmakers. Get out.
Second. I'm going to grab the trail mix.
We don't want you. Get out. That's it.
It's showing their willingness to fight and die for the protection of their freedoms, the protection of the union.
Exactly. We're taking it back almost to the Haitian Revolution. It would rather die than be subjugated to somebody else's will.
Yes.
But that's the thing, low information voters are the same people that are uninformed. They don't know the difference between a democracy and a republic and a constitutional republic. They don't know. They don't get. Well, I don't know why these people are all protesting.
They think we're currently in a dictatorship.
The word constitutional republic means God gave you these rights, and if anybody tries to trample over them, they shall face some kind of peril. It's from God to us through a piece of paper.
They're not. I mean, it's for them not to trample on. It was for them. We didn't say
it's for them not to trample on.
It's for them.
For the leaders not to trample on.
Mm-hmm.
We have regular quote unquote regular jobs, and we serve. But they're supposed to be serving us. They're supposed to be quote unquote working for us. But if they're not working for us, out with them.
All these people that kept thinking that we were living in a dictatorship are starting to learn what a dictatorship really is. Places like California where they're being told you can't walk on the beach or we're going to fine you.
But you can play in the water.
But stay away from my Kawasaki Super Tube. Sorry, that doesn't exist, but you get the drift.
Oh, yeah, because all the law enforcement officers are flying around on jet skis. That's a cool day at the beach right there.
Whee!
I know you're gonna get a farmer's can and arrest some people.
Oh, you're fishing? Oh no! Wait, aren't you supposed to be social distancing? Isn't fishing by yourself social distancing?
Crazy,
Exactly.
crazy. Who else is next on the docket?
All right, let me pull it up. Oh, you can pull it up. Shoot.
Oh, is that? Do I give the code? I give the signal.
Well, yeah, if we share it, only you can put it up.
Yeah, it's already right. It's already ready.
Were you done with yours? Old school?
Yeah, I took mine down. Well, there's more to the story, but
Oh.
everybody got the gist there.
Okay. Well, if you want to put it back, I can do it now.
While we're
Yeah, let's just dig into your story a little bit more.
Okay. State Senator.
Look for the footage on it is what I want to do.
Okay. State Senator Dana Polchanski, a Democrat, revealed the protective decision some of her colleagues were making when sharing a picture of protesters on Twitter on Thursday.
I found something. Wow.
You found a video?
They have a lot of guns. They have a lot of AR-15s. And wow. This is amazing.
Ooh.
Give me 1 second. I'll review the footage and I'll let you know what I see before I put it up.
So here are some pictures.
Right.
Ooh,
This is
you
great.
ain't playing.
Wow, they're angry. They're screaming. Exactly. You probably see what I see.
Ooh.
Man,
Oh my gosh, that's not a good
just
look,
mad. Literally, they're just mad. Like, we're not going for this.
Yo, what is this?
Some
This is a-
okay, protesters, some carrying guns.
Phew.
Descent on Michigan Capitol. And of
Hey,
course,
that guy's gonna need his
of
own
course, this is going to be on Fox. Okay, they're chanting and they're raving. All up fists with guns
Wow.
inside of the Capitol.
Look, wait. Look at this. He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
He's Boogaloo all the way. He's Boogaloo all
He
the
said, who the hell am I hiding from?
Wow.
I'm so with that one. Oh yeah. He knows what time.
Work safely now. Wow.
He is a boog.
Oh my God, that's V for Vendetta.
Yeah, it's a popular figure. A spokesperson with the Michigan police told NBC News reporters are legally allowed to carry guns in Michigan as long as it's done with lawful intent and the weapon is visible. Okay.
Oh yeah, because what is that rule about being masked and carrying the weapon?
I don't know.
Some of them are trying to say
It
that's
depends on
felony
state.
or something ridiculous. Something came out about that.
Hundreds of have gathered inside and outside the Capitol on Thursday to protest stay-at-home measures. Governor Gretchen Whitmer, oh, you can't trust a Gretchen, a Democrat, put in place in March. The governor faced backlash after she extended the stay-at-home order until 15 May. Footage captured inside the Capitol showed protesters raising guns in the air as they shouted chants of "Let us in" outside the House chamber. Most of them were not wearing face coverings or practicing social distancing. That's because they don't believe this bullshit anymore.
Got another video.
You got a video?
Bring it.
Yep, I'm just trying to get the best first-hand video so we can see everything, even inside the crowd. Oh, yep, I got it. Here it goes. Here again, they're arguing already. Wow.
Don't forget your audio if there is any.
Yeah, Chrome tab.
Gotcha.
Use the Chrome tab, and then
already pushed it. Let me go ahead and redo this thing because I have to select my specific tab. Found.
Shout out to everybody that's coming in the stream.
Here we go.
You hit the button for the like. All right, here we go.
Hey.
Wait. DJ, where is it? I see my old thing there.
Oh, you gotta do it again. It didn't go through. Got you.
Let's see.
Okay.
Isn't this StreamYard a nice tool?
Here now.
It is.
Okay. Voila.
All right. Let's get it. They're really angry. I've never seen this country like this.
Oh, he's got a Boogaloo shirt.
Ooh, all the way. Let us in.
Do your job. Arrest him.
He said arrest him.
Arrest that man.
Yes. Okay. Oh. Okay, tread on me.
Those cops need to choose sides sometime soon.
Pretty much. You see what's on.
They're gonna run out. They're gonna run out of. Yeah, you're right. You're right. They're gonna be forced to. Yeah, it's not gonna look good for the home team. Whichever one that is. But it's kind of sad, we're witnessing history is going to be.
Oh, this is history, all right.
History. The Donald Trump presidency saved us from civil war that would have destroyed the world.
Say it one more time.
I guarantee you, if Hillary was in office,
oh my God, it would have been done within the first month.
This may have been the Hillary plan from the beginning, being that Dr. Fauci, a couple of years ago, he said, "Hey, we're going to have an unexpected pandemic in a few years."
Well,
all right, we got some commentary in the ranks.
Hey, comments
from Jason Buchanan. Blessings all.
Thank you.
He says it's followed by so much for quarantine, unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, people stop believing in it, and they realize that quarantine is not the goal. If quarantine and protection were the real goals, why is it all the elderly people were still working when they're the ones we are supposedly trying to protect?
The worst part about it is they wanted to get you and me know this is the first thing that they tried to push. Retired healthcare people. Come on back to work and help the pandemic, even though you're at risk.
I need my guest. Can you guys take a look at the? I'm putting something in the chat here.
Hey, no problem. Killer whale.
Da da da. Is Killer Whale here?
Yep.
Killer Whale, nice to see you. Shout out to everybody in the chat. That's actually really good footage. Would you send me that link? If that, I don't know where you got it from, but if you could share that with me. Shout out to Killer Whale Channels. Thanks for coming in. Da, da, da.
No problem. No problem.
I mean, I don't know. What can you do? As long as they don't get too
antsy.
They don't get too antsy. Let's go.
There we go.
So one more shot. Yes. Killer Whale. What do you say? He says, I've been here for an hour listening. See what I mean? You see how loyal people are here to me on Black Spring? I appreciate that, guys. Okay, so we have Killer Whale in the house. Could you hit the like button or something for the channelytics? Say yes. We.
It's not people that spread the virus from contrary to contrary. You mean country to country? I want to check that spell check, dude. Like, we're not fully tracking there from contrary to contrary. Yeah, we need some like complete thoughts, and it's a very hard thing to respond to. We can't be guessing everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. My decoder pin doesn't work. But I was watching Brandon Tatum like earlier and yesterday. He's been pretty much going on.
He's on it. He's on every single, and he goes at least 2 to 3 times a day.
That dude rants too much. I can't watch him.
Is he doing it that many times?
That's my guy.
I've met him. I met him in person, and we had a good conversation.
Okay.
You know what I asked? My first question to him was, "Is it true that you call your children Tatum Tots?"
Well, you just got the.
He sat there for a second. He's so used to getting real questions that he sat there for a second. He's like, and he just starts bursting out laughing, like, "No, I never thought about that." Freaking.
Joan Sinning. Hello, everyone. Hello, Joan Sinning. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Speak up, speak out.
Ooh, hey there, Joan.
Shout out to Killer Whale.
Okay. Thank you, Jason. It's not people that spread this virus from country to country. If it's not people that spread the virus, what are you going on about? Because honestly, people did spread the virus from country to country, and I'm personally not worried about that because that's how viruses spread every freaking year.
I'm like, what are you talking about? Chemtrails? Come on.
What?
It came from,
I'm trying to figure out what is he talking about. Like, I'm literally trying to figure out. Like,
I don't know.
Literally, what are you talking about, dude?
Okay. Well, we appreciate the comment.
One of these.
But yeah, so I guess I will just keep tracking the stories because they're gonna just keep rolling in, unfortunately. And I really, I'm gonna be honest, I really don't want to see this thing kick off badly, but I don't think it's on the road to. I don't think we're on the road to recovery right now. Civil recovery, if you will.
Right. It's the civil unrest. Reminds me of Iraq. I don't even talk like that.
Okay.
Well, so far things aren't getting too crazy. I do think I think a lot of people are literally waiting for the next election cycle so they can vote out, Gavin Newsom and all these state representatives that are going crazy, like friggin' what's his name, Chucky Schumer trying to pass the No PR Act. That's how you know there's nothing going on with this coronavirus thing, because Chucky Schumer's not trying to pass any real legislation. He's passing the No PR Act. Okay. I mean, people are starving right now. People are fighting to get back into work. We're having this, meat crisis, and you're passing the No PR Act. Okay, good job. U.S. hit #1 in the world. That's because we're a large country. When you start going per capita, we're doing fairly good as far as the Kung Flu's going. But see, the media keeps pushing that, like, oh, America's #1 in coronavirus cases. Yeah, we're like the largest country. We're the second largest country to actually contract the coronavirus. We're the second. We are the, what is it, the third largest country in the world, or the third most populous. First is China, the most populous. Then there's, I think behind that, there's India.
Yeah.
Then, but when you compare us per capita to the other countries, we're doing pretty good actually. And our biggest area being New York, because New York just kept blew this off so bad.
What did she say? Come on to New York with Nancy Pelosi. Come on to New York. Come to Chinatown.
Yeah, she was on there trying to save face or whatever. Well, I was just taking up I was just trying to stop the violence. I'm like,
Violence?
does anybody know?
You're lying to your false.
Okay. Wait. Okay, so we got more coming in here. Okay, so
Jason asked there, stay home, save lives. You guys believe in that? No. This is actually causing problems. So maybe for like the first couple weeks, that's a viable, that's possibly a viable response while people are trying to study this and get information. The problem is though, this thing was in China for 2 months before it really started hitting the other countries. We had plenty of data at that point. The Swedish model, the Swedes from the beginning followed the model of leave the old people and the immunocompromised at home. Everybody else keep working.
No, we are not the number one hit in the world. That is the biggest lie.
Exactly.
Do your data, like literally, like on your.
Well, this is what CNN and MSNBC keep trying to push, keep pushing them to everyone, and people are just taking it for granted.
Right, just because that's a gotcha question from a reporter that said that to Trump doesn't make it true. That came from a gotcha question.
If this was a real thing and we had a real response, we wouldn't have millions of 20 to 30-year-olds out of work while we have 60 to 70-year-olds working in like the Dollar General or in the fast food industry.
I have a good friend, fraternity brother, who caught the COVID, and he's 90% done with the situation. 90. Within 1 week, never hospitalized. So, if you need more proof, let me know.
Yeah, but what sources are you coming here with?
Exactly.
Who's the number one?
I want to drop the link in there. I mean,
that's all I want. I need like an actual source, like a data center, something.
Not talking points from Rachel Maddow or whoever the favorites are. I don't know. So yeah, we've got. Yeah, I mean, we saw somebody last night parroting somebody's talking points from one of those Mockingbird media shows. Somebody from a radio show said that this.
No, we're not talking about some people.
That Trump had lost. What was that reporter? Oh, well, we've lost as many people as the Vietnam War. Oh my God. Now all these people that we paired. Now they're going to pair people that never knew anything about Vietnam.
Right.
Now they're quoting history.
Stop.
From
I have family members that fought in Nam. You don't have the legitimacy of talking about it. Literally.
Spain. As of today, Spain is the country worst hit, followed by Belgium, Ireland, Switzerland, Italy, and then the United States.
And then the United States.
And then the United. That is per capita.
We're talking numbers. Exactly.
That is per capita, not raw values.
And we're supposed to be Mr. Know-it-alls, right?
Copy. I'm trying to add. I thought I'd already added you, old school, but
appreciate it, then learn, and don't hit us with gotcha moments.
Ay. It's amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, but here, I'll fix it up. But we've got I think things are going to turn around one way or another. Okay, what are you saying now?
I don't know.
What is he saying? I'm trying to make. Where did I leave off? Who's the number one hit Mr. Know-It-All?
We just answered that.
That would have not.
Yeah, we just answered that. That was
Spain.
We're all here to learn, not just you. I mean, who are you addressing in this? You know, don't be disrespectful to my guest on the show. You know, you're free to leave the same way you came in, the same way you can exit. Because I've seen you on here before. No campaigning on here for staying at home. Leave that outside of my chat. That's not welcome here. But you can't be rude to my guest. You can disagree with anybody, but don't keep going back and forth. We're asking you, give us something to learn, give us something noteworthy, and we'll put it down. But you haven't dropped a link or source yet. Okay, but what are you going back and forth?
You call somebody Mr. Know-It-All.
Yeah, that part. Whose screen name is Mr. Know-It-All on here? We'll wait. Did anybody call you anything other than Jason Buchanan? So, I mean, honestly, I don't even know why I'm talking to you too much already. So I don't know if mods, if you're here, you know what to do. If you want to keep going.
Oh boy.
Oh, red t-shirt.
Oh wow.
He's the smart one on the panel. Good job, DJ. Good job.
I think I know what time it is. Somebody's blood is rushing.
Somebody voted for you.
I think it's about that time.
Ay. All right. So every now and then. So now you're spamming the chat. Now you're offering us peace. All right, guys. I've had enough of that. Yeah. Ay. Okay, you know what? Let me do it. Because Chrysler is usually like... All right. Let's see if anything else comes out of him. All right, guys. I'm sorry for those that had to witness that. I'm sorry. I didn't quite go into teacher mode, my default setting. I didn't quite go. I was close to turning on the switch and blocking them out. But I held on. I tried to give him okay. Sorry about that. Hello, Joan Senning. Or is that old? Okay, that's new. No, it's old. Okay, sorry guys. I mean, I'm out of crumbs for trolls. If you're trolling tonight, I don't have any more crumbs.
The worst part about it, she gave you a chance.
No, I'm just saying, don't call anybody a name. I don't care if it's know-it-all, whatever. It's a soft bully is still a bully to me. Whatever it is, it can't be here. Okay, that's just cool. Just I'll show you guys. It's kind of on from StreamYard. I think it might be different than what YouTube tells you to do.
Okay.
The
But
options are a little different, but you can do it from StreamYard as well.
Yeah, so I've never blocked anybody before. I guess you get legit when you start blocking folks, right? You're not anything if you don't have a troll, right? That's the litmus test.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. But I appreciate you guys for sharing that. But that was actually a pretty intense stream there. And you have something else that get gadgets and let me share my info before we go to him. Yeah. I went to they had this Mossberg 410, but the thing was so long. I'm like, oh my God, I can't even balance this thing. And one of my friends was like, yeah, how do you think you'll be turning corners in the house? I'm like, I'll knock all the photos off the wall.
That's why I don't understand. People want to use long guns as their home defense weapon. You can't take corners with it. It doesn't. It lacks functionality in that respect.
I'll put it this way. Yes and no. I was trained to do that because I'm in law enforcement. I was trained to forcefully use long guns and and clearing rooms with long guns is what I was trained to do.
But see, you're able to get a carbine. You're able to get a 14-inch carbine, though, right?
I mean, all right. Put it this way. This 14 inch. Okay, this is like 6 inches. Okay, what about how do you? Okay, 16 inches. What do you feel about 16 inches? That's not too long, is it?
It's not much. You know what? Depends on who you talk to, but 2 inches can make a lot of difference.
I need something short that's like. But then he took me over to a rifle. He took me over. He's like, "Oh, okay, come over here and look at this rifle." Which
that's
it was.
That's because you can walk out.
You had to put a mag in it. I think I forgot the name of it. But I'm just saying, this is just not what I'm looking for right now. I need.
Did you ask for a Kel-Tec Sub 2000?
No.
Oh, see.
Come on, I gotta make an appointment.
See, one thing I know that probably would do good for you is Kel-Tec Sub 2000s, high points, things of this nature. I'm just well acquainted with these things, me and him. So, for somebody who just needs something.
Well, it needs to be, I have something around here, but it's just that I needed to be able to not worry about accuracy and just
exactly because when it comes to revolvers and pistols, you're worried about if I miss and if I miss and if I have to reload. You don't need to worry about none of it.
Well, a 410 long gun honestly doesn't make a whole lot of sense. If you're getting like a judge and you're getting like 410 judge rounds, okay, that works out. But if for a long gun, a 12 gauge makes a whole lot more sense than a 410.
He gave me he's pointed you to a 410 lever action.
That's insulting. He was calling you a girl.
He didn't have a lot.
Oh yeah, I'll give her that. I'll give her that. When I went shopping, literally, I couldn't pass 10 feet inside of the gun store because they had nothing. So there was no reason to walk around the gun store because all you could see was white there.
All right.
And he said that was it.
I'm gonna share it with you guys. I'm gonna. I
checking
photos.
Okay.
Okay.
You can start checking some pawn shops and you can look for some of the like obscure gun stores because
I'm getting sold out.
You know what? I there's a gun store not too far from me. They actually still had a lot of good stuff just because they were kind of a little out of the way. Not a lot of people knew about them. Everybody was hitting the well-known places.
Yeah.
Like this place, I tried finding them and I had to like park around the corner and call them and I'm like, "Oh, you guys are in business, so you're not a pool hall?" No, you're around the corner. They were just they're the Google Maps.
They're a hole in the wall. And you had to find
just a hole in the wall. Just a tiny little shop, but they were full of good stuff.
That's cool.
No, Autumn got frozen.
I got frozen because I was putting.
Oh, there you go.
You've unfrozen yourself. Oh, you're frozen again. Maybe you should reset your refrigerator.
What? You guys are killing me. Just hold on a second. I got some good.
I'm just killing you all with white people jokes.
I know. They're priceless. Hold on a second. Okay, I just need to.
Come on.
I bet you're gonna tell me any minute now. Okay, well, this is how you upload a photo, Autumn. I don't know. It's not. I'm just gonna open it up, and then it'll come up on the application.
You should turn off your camera and turn it back on again. Using the command bar at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Is that how I do that?
Yeah, so it's down at the bottom next to mute and mic. See? Look.
Boom and boom. Oh, you turned them off. Ha.
I turned me off.
Oh. There we go.
Wrong button.
And then here we go again.
I'm moving. I was moving.
I see all black. I see nothing but black.
Well, that's how she was born, so. Don't know what. Autumn, smile for us, so we can figure out where you are.
Okay, so here comes some shareism. Some
All
shareism from the screen. So let's see, where's my application?
Gavin
All right.
Newsom must know about you. He's messing with your internet.
Oh, he needs to knock it off.
Oh,
so cute.
That's all they had was what's behind his arm back there. You see that business?
I was about to say it looks like a daggone well, they didn't even have they don't have no kind of short barrel shotgun at all.
It's what
Talking about tactical, that's behind the tactical wall.
You know what? That 410 is going to be really good for rabbits. Go ahead, get that.
Pretty much.
That rabbit won't stand a chance. You'll blow all the meat.
No, but the 410, like you'll get the rabbit.
It's small around.
You're not going to destroy it. A 410, that's
It's a small around.
It's
it's
roughly the
skinny.
same size as a 9mm, but
Exactly.
slightly slower.
It was kind of skinny to me.
Exactly.
The little
So-
rabbit.
You'll do better off getting a not a 12 gauge, but a 20 gauge.
Yeah, well, I'm I need this shotgun language. I don't know the power.
Well, 12 gauge is usually vomit, but 20 gauge is anything.
So yeah, but that was it. That was all the excitement at the range that day. They were like, we don't have a lot. I said, okay, well, where's it was the tactical, that rifle that he showed me. I could see, it had some. It felt a little fancy, What I'm feminizing the gun. Is that what I'm doing?
Whoa, Paul! So he actually had a 12 gauge with a magazine, and you didn't get it.
He still got it.
And I said, yeah, I actually know what that is because I was gonna get one of those.
How expensive was it?
It's a shorter
It
barrel.
was $5.99. So is that a bad price or
No, it's not.
$99 ish. Da-da.
No, it's not.
No one's gonna want to mess with you.
Yeah, pretty much, and it'll never go back. It'll be a lifetime gun.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap up this stream for old time sake. And I thank everybody for joining us on this channel. And sorry about ruffling up some things earlier. Shout out to the guest, Old School Wolf Media, and
maybe
Newman Outdoors, and Banging Gears, and
LOL
channels, and also DJ Vision Barnett is the other guest in, and Snapzilla Gorilla, and I think that, and Joan Senning, Rick Bowes Rides. Shout out to you guys all. And have a great evening. We'll see you the next time on Black Spring.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.